All right, I got my fancy suit on. How do I look? I'm gonna strut on the catwalk. We are getting ready for something new. For Christmas this last year, Christy's brother and his wife got us our very first beehive, just to add bees. We are way excited. We still don't know everything we need to know about bees. We started doing research. They knew that we wanted to get into it, and so they gave us the kick in the pants we needed. We started doing research. We decided to try 2 nucs to boost survivability this first year and through the winter. And so we are trying a couple of different styles of hives, styles of boxes. So we got one of each, so it'll be fun to see how that works out. We got some footage of the girls painting. One of them came, the one my brother-in-law and family got us, came ready to go. The extra one that we bought, we painted. I can show footage of that. And we've been scoping out a place for these bees to live. And they're gonna live right over here behind me. You can kind of see the little area that we made. We chose this area because in the morning it's shaded. Later in the evening it'll be shaded. In the middle of the day, this will be in direct sun. We didn't want them to be in the 100+ degree heat. In the Oklahoma summers, we wanted some shade, but also we didn't want complete shade. We want them to warm up on those cold days eventually and get active. And so this place also has kind of a windbreak. I'm going to come and mow this down. We are going to put some weed cloth down and cover it in mulch so that we don't have to be mowing and weed eating right up against our beehives. We can give them a little bit of space, a little bit of privacy. Obviously we'll have to come down and open the box up and do some things once in a while, but just when I have to be out taking care of the yard, I don't want to be mowing right up against it. And so we're going to create a space over here. And here in a couple of days, I took an extra day off work this week so we can set the boxes up, get them ready. This Sunday, which is just a few days away, we are going to pick up our bees, and so we've got to get this ready. This is going to be exciting. We don't know what we're doing. We've done a lot of reading, visited with some folks. We're going to try to figure this out. So we just wanted to bring you along for this new journey. This will be fun. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is put down some weed cloth, weed fabric, landscaping fabric, all the different names. Now this is recycled. We reallocated some space in our garden this year. A couple of years ago, we put this down at the end of our garden. We had some, I don't remember everything that was planted on this end. Our melons, our watermelons, cantaloupes, pumpkins, things like that. And so we had all these holes. We laid it out, we melted holes to plant seeds in and give our plants a place to grow up out of it. And we changed that up this year. We pulled this out a few weeks ago when we were getting the garden ready and just kind of pulled it over to the side to hang on to it. Weren't sure what we were going to use it for or if it would be useful, but instead of throwing it straight in the garbage, we thought we'd hang on to it, and it's going to work great for this. Yes, I know there's holes in it, and Grass and weeds grow through the holes, but there's enough here that by the time I put down a couple of layers, I think it's going to work pretty good. I built this table to set them on, to get them up off the ground. That's about 15, 16 inches, and that'll help keep, hopefully, mice and things from getting in there. I also secured the hive boxes to the table. I wanted, some people go the simple route of just throwing a ratchet strap over it. I used these hooks and bolts, and this way, if we want to move it, I don't have to unscrew from the table or from the hive. I just untwist this, it'll loosen, it'll pop out, we can move them, then I just put it right back. This will keep a strong wind from blowing, sliding these around, or if raccoon or cat or something is up here bumping around, at least these aren't going to just get knocked off. So I did that on each of these. I don't have the lids secured yet, but I'm going to do a simple latch hook after we get everything moved in here. That way something can't knock the lid off, but it's easy to unlatch. So that's kind of how we ended up where we are and what we're doing. Now, we got these two nucs from Be Wise over in Duncan, Oklahoma. If you are within traveling distance, I highly recommend buying from them. He's been great to work with and was very helpful. So how long you been doing this?
I think this is my 10th year.
Okay, wow. All right.
What I'll do is I will go with this one. This one here. The reason I'm kind of picking these is because any of the foragers that come back, I want to make sure that I have some scootability to make sure they find a new home.
Okay.
I want to make sure you've got.
No, you can come out if you want to. I'm gonna have a couple no matter what, aren't I?
There we go.
All right.
You can always crack the window, turn on the AC. The cold air will make them lethargic, and then they'll actually go to the windows and crawl out the top.
Oh, okay. If they start buzzing around. All right.
Yep. In case we missed any, that might have been up under the edge or something.
Sure.
But you should be good
Okay,
otherwise.
that's it.
Easy peasy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're sure
All
welcome.
right, thanks.
Glad it worked out for you for today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just picked these up, brought them home. Our hives are, I think, ready to go. We're about to find out. This is our first time to do any of this, but we want to bring you along. So first, I'm going to carry these down to where we're going to be setting. I've got a few more things to collect, and we'll explain our version of this process. Hopefully we're doing it right. If you have bees or are thinking about getting bees, leave us a comment below. We want to know about your bee journey as well. Now, before I go get the rest of the stuff I need, maybe I'll stop and explain why you're seeing two very different kinds of boxes here. This is a traditional hive. I forget the name of the model, but this is normally what you would see. The frames just slide straight in here, and as the colony grows, you can keep stacking. They're called supers. You stack and you make this taller and taller, and this is we'll grow this and try this out. This is just a little different design where we chose to get a bigger one. The frames work a little bit different. Where they lay sideways in this one, we're going to turn them vertical in this one, and part of what I did to get ready for this, the frames are not the same size, but our nucs come with their own frames ready to fit in that size of a hive. And so I cut out some boards. We're going to make a little jig so that they'll fit in this, and I can show some B-roll of that hopefully. Okay, and now this just will help me stabilize it. So what I will end up doing is using my nail gun, nailing this to the frame, this to the scrap board here. I won't try to attach them on this side because it doesn't matter. There won't be a gap there. It'll slide down in. It's not going to be out in the wind, but that top piece will hold it together, and that way we can drop it down in and fill the whole width of the beehive. So I can't attach these to this one. I have to wait and attach them to the one the bees are on, but I need 5 of them ready to go, and that will wrap up this part of the project. But there's going to be a divider. When we start putting these in, we're going to wall it off, and it's only going to be about this big. And then as this colony grows, we can just move that divider and expand across rather than building up. Since we don't have experience with either one, we thought, hey, let's try one of each, and we can show you the likes and dislikes of both as we go along this journey. So that's why you're seeing a couple of different things here. This one came with a wax coating to weatherproof it, ready to go. This one came bare wood, and so the girls painted that, and then we added the protectors and the door covers and things. So that's why you're seeing 2 different styles of boxes. It looks like the bees on this side are getting a little more active and hovering around and maybe even bothering Zeus. Zeus, buddy, you might just go somewhere else. Hey, why don't you go? All right. The next thing I'm going to do is get my smoker started and let it set and burn for a little bit. Now, you may be curious what we're burning in here. If you have natural grass clippings or pine needles, you know, small sticks and things that you can collect, that's good. I'm actually just using smoker pellets. We buy a good quality smoker pellet if this is safe enough for us to smoke on the meat that we eat. Then this is fine for the bees, and I know that other people do this as well. Since I have plenty of these here, just makes it really easy to drop in what we need. I'm just going to make sure these are burning. And I may have to relight that when we get down there, but well, looks like it's started, and so that will give us some smoke to calm our bees. And then, like I said, I got a few more things to carry down. We need the extra frames and the dividing wall in this one ready to go. We need a couple of frames in this one. Zeus, don't eat the honeybee, buddy. He says, but I want to be a part of everything. I'm going to bring my nail gun down here to attach the jigs so that the frames will fit in this box. We've got feeders to get them started until they learn the area and find where they're going to collect food on their own. We're going to bring those down. And while we're doing all that, we're just letting the bees kind of start learning this area a little bit and get comfortable. I'll get my bee suit on before I start taking the frames out. Hopefully, I mean, they're buzzing around, but they're just exploring. They don't look or act angry. And so hopefully, it'd be nice if I didn't even need the bee suit, but this is our first time, we're going to try that. And just make sure we don't have any happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. So let me go grab a few more things and we'll keep rolling. So it is finally time. I hope I have everything that I need all collected. We'll explain what some of this new stuff you're seeing is as we go. The first thing we're going to do, the frames are in the box over here to the side. These are both empty right now. First thing we're going to do is make our bees happy with a little catnip. I mean, lemongrass essential oil. And this is, I'm just going to dab some on these paper towels and just wipe around the inside. They like it, it attracts them. If you trap a wild swarm, you set a trap up, and that's what you do. You bait it with this so they can find it. And we are going to just wipe around the inside of this. I'm not gobbing it on. It's not oozing, running, dripping. It's quite strong. So just wiping it in there. And we've got, okay, it might be time for the suit. I'm doing everything I can to show no fear and not start swatting at them. And I'm hoping his curiosity, there he went, all right. Probably because I opened this up, because they haven't been doing that to me. So I think the quicker I finish this step, maybe. Oh, you know what? I should have only put it on the side that we're using on this one. That's fine. Too late now. Hi, little friends. Don't land on my eyeball. That's going to be when I jump and swat. There, maybe if I put that up there, they'll go find it. Okay, when we start transferring the frames from the nuc to the hive, we're going to take them out and put them in the same order that they're already in. They live in there. This would be like somebody coming and rearranging your house and you being frustrated for a while, relearning where everything is. And so I'm going to, this is supposed to be an 8-frame hive. So we've got 3 of the original frames that came with it, and then 5 that we're going to move. So you may notice the Langstruff style. I don't know if it's a style thing, but it's where we got these. As far as ease of getting started, I probably would recommend this one, because this one I've got to build jigs to make the frames fit. There's just extra work. We wanted to try it, but for simplicity, this has been a nice little hive. The reason I bring that up is these frames come with starter comb for them to just jump on and start building out. It helps them get going faster. The frames for the horizontal hive are a little bit different. Instead of a full honeycomb, there is a wire. There's like banjo string, a few strands that give them, aside from the edges and the top, that give them something to land on and to start building off of. And so they've got more work to do to build on these, but just different. And it's part of why we wanted to try one of each and see. Now for this one, I've got 2 frames on one side, 1 on the other. The new frames are going to go in the middle. For this one, because it's so much bigger and we're not going to be using most of this until we grow and expand, or side note, this could be used for 2 separate swarms, 2 separate colonies. By dividing it in the middle, there's doors on either side, but that's not how we're going to use it. And so rather than putting them in the center of this one, we're going to block off half of this. So I'm going to go ahead and get these frames in. Everything that I can do before I open these up and need to put my bee suit on, I'm just trying to do for the sake of dexterity, and just have this ready to go. Oh, yep, okay. They're bouncing off of my face now. Now I assume we'll put 1 or 2 on either side on the half we're using also. How many? Do you care how many? 2 on each side to start? Yeah. 5, 6, that'd be 9 total. 8 frame and a 9 frame, that seems... Another quick shout out, even though I'm the one that you're seeing in front of the camera today, that is not because I am the bee expert. Well, neither one of us are bee experts, at least not yet. It is because I'm the one taking the risk of getting stung while we figure this out. Christy has been spending a lot of time online, reading books, watching videos, figuring out how we are going to do this and why. And I really don't know what I'm doing. So, except making friends. Look, he landed on my finger. Please don't sting me. See? What? I was gonna be still long enough for you two, but I'm not sad that he left on his own.
Dividers?
Yeah, that's, well, it's in here. I just got distracted by my friend. We're almost ready to go. The one thing that we have left, so bringing in a new nuke like this, the bees are going to need to figure out where to go to get food, and we want to boost their eating and starting everything they're doing. And so there are different styles, different kinds. What was available to us at our local store is this style of feeder. It's just a mason jar with, I guess it came with these jars. This doesn't look like a standard mason jar to me, but I assume a standard mason jar would work. But this is designed, when I flip it over, the liquid food, and we bought a tub of specially designed beef feed and filled it up here. This goes in the entry. So on this hive, there's a tray down here at the bottom for the bees to come in and out of. On this hive, there are holes in the front for the bees to come in and out of. Because they're different, we're going to have to use these feeders differently. But this has an extra piece. If you can see, hopefully, the notch cut out in the bottom, so you can block off most of the entryway. This keeps larger creatures from fitting in there, and depending on the time of year and what you need, you can flip it and even restrict it more, or open it wider. But this feeder slides into that same slot and is going to kind of do the same thing that the block on this side is doing. So the whole thing is not going to be open. We have to take this out and save it for when we do not have this feeder. But all we're going to do is take this and slide it right in there. That way they can get into it. And the idea is wasps and things outside can't come rob it and steal all of the feed. So that's going to go on this one to help get them started. Now this one doesn't have anything to mount or affix to, and so I'm going to show you the super difficult, crazy technique that is required for the bees to find this food. We are using the entrance down on this end, and so we are simply going to, oh look, I got another friend landing on me. We are simply going to place that near the entrance. They will smell it, they will find it, that's fine. Even if you don't have that style of feeder, there are different options. Some feeders replace one of the frames and actually go into the box. You fill them from the top. So if you're interested, you can look for those. You could also just fill a pie pan or something, but just know that something that's out in the open like that is going to attract more out of probably cats and things if it's that wide open. But all right, we are ready. I hope we're ready. Let me touch off my smoke pot again. And I am going to suit up real fast. We're going to start over here because I don't have to mess with building jigs for the frames. This should be quick and easy. And see if we can get these guys in their new home. Here's gloves. I don't know if you can hear our geese coming to visit. Actually, they didn't visit. They didn't land in the pond today. They flew on by. All right, the biggest problem here is going to be the bees getting in the suit with me. So maybe I'll step away for just a second. All right, I got my fancy suit on. How do I look? I'm gonna strut on the catwalk. Hopefully it does its job. And by the way, the suit this came with, this was a kit. This set came with the box, the frames, the smoker, the little pry bar wedge tool thing. It came with the jacket, the hood, the gloves, all ready to go. So that was cool. All right, now it's time. Let's see what happens. This nuke is not as active as the one over there. We're not sure why. I don't know what this is going to look like because we've never done this before. But let's pop it open and see. Oh. That's a bunch of dead bees. So, I mean, there's a live one. Well, not much we can do about that. Well, we don't know what that means and we don't know why that happened. All we can do is contact Beewise and ask for some advice. We'll see what he says, but we got clearly some activity over here. So let's just migrate on to the other side of this show and keep going. I'm gonna move the lid off to the side. Now, again, a couple of things to remember. We're taking the frames out and installing them in the same order that they are in the nuke. Woo! I trust the bee suit to do its job. I trust the bee suit to do its job. They're very curious again. I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull these out and we'll make sure all of these fit. Now again, the tricky part here is these frames are not the right style to fit this. We have some modifications to make. All right, let's crack this open. Move this to the other side. And see what we've got. All right, looky here. There's some hanging out in the lid. And they will figure out that we're moving here very soon. What?
That's a happier hive.
It is a happier hive. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. I might need my pry tool handy and my smoker. Let's just give them a few puffs. Hey little bees. Don't be mad at me. I'm moving you into your new home. I'm trying not to smush anybody. You know what? These are plastic. I don't know if I can.
Just that one plastic, or are they all plastic?
It looks like just this. Well, I can't tell. It looks like just this one. I don't know. I don't know if my jig system is going to work here. Well, I believe it did. Okay. I have a good place to lay that. All right, little bee beard. I don't want to smush you guys. Where'd this go?
Smoke them maybe?
Yeah, smoking them is not gonna make them move though. There's bees I don't, okay, if the camera can't tell what's happening, there's bees I don't want to smush. There's also wax that is kind of in the way that I'm going to scrape off.
That's the propolis that they use to glue the cells together. It's not wax.
My wife informs me that wax is not the proper word. It is propolis that they are gluing their home together with. It feels pretty waxy to me, so that's why I said that. They are busy working on it, whatever it is. And I assume that if I keep... Woo, okay. I thought that was going to be a big... I'm actually not sure if I can fit two in there, so I'm not doing them both yet. All right, let me get this a little easier to reach this time. That can sit over there. Try a little smoke again. Zeus just ran off on a wild goose chase because he's chasing a goose and it's not domesticated. Okay, there we go. For the one larger hive that we have, I'm going to say transfer successful. We got to figure out what happened to our other nuke, and you know, we may have to take a different path at filling that hive. We might be able to use these nuke containers as traps and trap a wild swarm. If I don't know if we'll see. We'll visit with our breeder and see what would be best. We're gonna put the lid on, and then we're gonna leave these guys alone. Let them get settled in. Let them find the food that we left for them. Let them start learning the area, and we'll give them a week or so, and then we'll come back and check and see how they're doing. This is going to be fun. I hope you will follow along with our bee adventure. One big mishap out of the way, and I don't know what else to do, but thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more of our content on the homestead, be sure and hit that subscribe button so that you get notifications when we have new stuff up. And check out our links in the description below, some of the stuff that we're using here, where we got it, things like that. And we'll see you next time.